Developing and Managing Products, a Chapter 12 guide for Marketing 230. This chapter covers strategies for managing existing products, including line extensions, repositioning, and eliminating weak products. It also examines key processes like ideas generation, screening, and commercialization to enhance product management. In this section, I will be talking about line extensions and product, quality, functional, and aesthetic modifications that companies will make to their products in order to make more money. This happens after the company evaluates their current position in a market using things like SWOT analysis. Line extension. A line extension is a development of a product that is closely related to existing products in the line but is designed specifically to meet different customer needs. An example of this would be Diet Coke because the original product still stayed in the line. Product modification. Changes in one or more characteristics of a product. In a product modification, unlike a line extension, the original product does not stay in the line. This is done because it has less risk than developing a completely new product because they already know that people will like it and people will buy it. An example of this is how car companies will create the same car just years later with new features. Quality modification. Changes relating to a product's dependability and durability. This means that the materials used to make the product or the production process is changed. If the quality is lowered, that means that it has lower prices and the target market will shift. If the quality is higher, that means that the higher prices will create customer loyalty. An example of this is how General Mills has stopped adding so many artificial colors and flavors to their cereal because that's what their target market wanted. Functional modification. Changes that affect a product's versatility, effectiveness, convenience, or safety. This means that the product is just redesigned to be made better. An example of this would be the new iPhone 16. Aesthetic modification. Changes to the sensory appeal of a product by altering its taste, texture, sound, smell, or appearance. These changes majorly affect a buyer's willingness to purchase. An example of this is how luxury brands focus on this a lot, like Louis Vuitton.
In this section, we will cover the pros and cons of why companies develop and introduce new products, as well as the 7 phases of the new product development process. So why develop new products? A firm develops new products as a means of enhancing its product mix and adding depth to its product line. However, there are some cons associated with new product development. Some of the most prominent downsides of product development includes the expense that comes with introducing new products. It is a costly process that isn't guaranteed to recover its investment. New products could also pose a risk for companies because of consumer rejection and competitive pressure, not to mention the financial investment. The time it takes to launch a new product is also a con because researching, designing, testing, and launching a new product can take years. However, when done right, developing a new product can provide a company with significant advantages. Some pros of developing a new product includes the increased revenue the company could earn with a new product, as well as the competitive advantage that a new product will give them, allowing them to stay ahead of competitors. Brand recognition could also improve because it provides companies with fresh marketing content and new promotional opportunities. But how do companies launch these new products? Before a product is introduced to the market, it goes through all 7 phases of the new product development process. As a product goes through this process, it can be dropped at any stage. Over the next few slides, we will cover the process through which products are developed from idea inception to fully commercialized product. The first step of the development process is idea generation, where organizations and companies seek out product ideas that will help them achieve their objectives. What makes this challenging is the fact that only a few ideas are good enough to be commercially successful. The 2 main ways organizations get their ideas is internally and externally. A fun example of this is when companies hold competitions or contests where consumers submit ideas for new flavors of products. Oftentimes, a cash prize acts as incentive for participants, and the company gets a new flavor idea as well as media exposure. So it's a win-win for all parties involved. Screening, the next step in the process, is where product ideas are analyzed to determine if they match the organization's missions, objectives, and resources. Most new product ideas are rejected during this phase because it encourages evaluators to be systematic and reduces the chances of overlooking an important fact. Concept testing is a low-cost procedure that takes place after screening. It allows a company to determine customers' initial reactions to a product before it invests considerable resources in research and development, which helps minimize their risk. During concept testing, the concept is briefly described, and then a series of questions is presented to a test panel. An example of concept testing can be seen on the right side of the screen. During the business evaluation stage, also known as the 4th stage, product ideas are evaluated to determine their potential contribution to the firm's sales, costs, and profits. It is crucial that a firm determines whether its research, development, engineering, and production capabilities are adequate to develop the product. Firms are seeking market information during this phase of the new product development process. Product development is the stage in which the organization determines if it is technically feasible to produce the product and if it can be produced at costs low enough to make the final price reasonable. To test this, companies prototype the product. After a prototype is created, the overall functioning is assessed. The development phase is typically a lengthy and expensive process. The sixth step, test marketing, aims to determine the extent to which potential customers will buy the product. It is not an extension of the development stage, but rather a sample launching of the entire marketing mix. Companies use test marketing to lessen the risk of product failure. During this stage, marketers also experiment with packaging, advertising, and pricing. It is desirable to move to the next stage, commercialization, as soon as possible after successful testing, so competitors don't have as much time to jam test results by copycatting or offering promotions for their own products. The final stage, commercialization, is where the company plans for full-scale manufacturing and marketing must be refined, as well as budgets for the whole project prepared. The product enters the market during this phase. While introducing a product, a firm might spend enormous sums on advertising, personal selling, and other types of promotion, as well as manufacturing and equipment costs. This is a big investment for companies because they might not make this money back for an extended period of time. Typically, products are introduced in stages through a rollout process. The rollout process is where a product is introduced starting in one geographical area or set of areas and gradually expanding into adjacent ones in a step-by-step process. The figure on the slide shows 4 example stages of commercialization. Gradually introducing products allows for fine-tuning of the marketing mix to satisfy target customers and reduces the risk of introducing a new product. However, marketers don't want to delay in launching a product too long because it can cause the firm to miss out on market opportunities.
Product differentiation through quality, design, and support. In this section, we're going to talk about product quality, product design, features, and product support services. Product differentiation is the process of creating and designing products to customers perceive them as different from competing products. The importance is the perception is critical in differentiating products. Perceived differences might include quality, features, styling, price, or image. Product quality can get broken down into 3 separate groups. Starting off with quality, it refers to the overall characteristics of a product that allows it to perform as expected and satisfying customer needs. As expected is important because quality means different things to different people. Then there's the level of quality. This is the amount of quality a product possesses. The concept is relative because the quality level of one product is difficult to describe unless it's compared to that of other products. Third, they have the consistency of quality. This refers to the degree to which a product has the same level of quality over time, giving customers the quality they expect every time. Product design and features can also be broken down. Product design refers to how a product is conceived, planned, and produced. Styling is the physical appearance of a product. A good design doesn't just mean appearance, it also means functionality and usefulness. And then there's product features, which is a specific design characteristic that allows a product to perform certain tasks. Lastly, we have product support services. This includes customer service, which is any human or mechanical efforts or activities a company provides that adds value to a product. All marketers of goods sell customer service, especially when all products have the same design and features. Providing good customer service may be the only way a company can differentiate its products.
In this section, we will explore how businesses position their products and the 3 main ways marketers strategically strengthen and maintain the customer's concept of the product. These 3 ways are perceptual mapping, basis for positioning, and repositioning. To start, what is product positioning? Product positioning are the decisions and activities intended to create and maintain a certain concept of the firm's product relative to competitive brands in customers' minds. For example, 6 Star Whey Protein positions their brand to all types of athletes who are interested in fast-absorbing protein and low cost. Product positioning and how it works. To start, perceptual mapping visualizes consumer perceptions and identifies ideal points, which are the features and qualities that customers desire. This helps marketers align their product with customer expectations. Next is positioning basis. Marketers can choose from several approaches, such as competitive base, highlighting advantages over competitors, such as better quality, non-competitive base, focusing on aspects like customer service when product differences are minimal, feature-based positioning, emphasizes unique features or benefits, price and quality positioning. This allows the buyer to see the advantage of buying the product. Last but not least is repositioning, which is adjusting the product, price, distribution, or brand image to improve market share. By understanding customer needs and applying these strategies, brands can enhance their market position and profitability.
For Section 12-5, we will discuss how product deletion is issued to improve product mixes as well as issues with the product deletion process. Product deletion is the process of eliminating a product from the product mix. For example, in the 2000s, Best Buy decided to discontinue the sale of CDs due to declining sales. The deletion process consists of 5 steps. First, an item within a product line is identified. This item is then analyzed so the deletion decision can be made. The product is either returned to or removed from the line. Finally, the product is either phased out of production with no attempts at changing the marketing strategy, a runout takes place where marketing efforts change to focus on cutting costs, or it is immediately dropped from production. There are some issues with this process. Some companies often wait until a product is a financial burden before removing it. To avoid this, companies should systematically review their products to determine if they should be kept. For Section 12-6, we will describe organizational structures used for managing products. There are product managers which are responsible for a single product and brand managers that manage a single brand. These individuals within a company often collaborate with each other. Market managers are responsible for marketing activities within a specified market. Venture teams are cross-functional groups that create entirely new products, sometimes targeted at new markets, and are entirely responsible for all aspects of development.
Thanks for listening. We hope you found this presentation helpful and gave you a concise overview of everything you needed to know for Chapter 12, Developing and Managing Products. For more information, open your textbook to page 342 and start reading. Happy studying!